Now I remember the very first interview we did was a classic, and unfortunately we didn't get to release it. But I do want to touch the washer situation again.
Yeah, I fell in the washing machine.
You fell in the washing machine
when I was
at
5 years old.
5 years old. So this is happening the same time you lost your eye, damn near.
Probably about 2 years later.
Okay.
So about 2 years later. So yeah, I was what they call see, I was real, I'm gonna say ambitious, but we say bad. We say mischievous. I was labeled what they was called an accident prone kid because I was always getting hurt. But in my mind, I was a stunt man. Yeah. In my mind, I was a motherfucking stunt man. I'm gonna jump off the stair and yeah. So I snuck out one day, homie. My mama was asleep, and I snuck outside one day and went down to the laundromat and was jumping up and down on the washing machine, getting ready to jump off. Boom! But I was doing it hard, trying to break it, and that motherfucking lid popped open, and I fell in, and the cycle was on spin. And nigga, when I fell in, it broke everything from my waist down. My legs literally, don't. Nigga, they were just dangling. And I passed out. My girl cousin, she took off running, went to go get my auntie. And when my auntie came and scooped me up out of there, I remember coming to and just seeing my leg dangling. My bone was literally sticking up out my leg. And shit, nigga, when I passed back out, I woke up back up in the hospital again.
How many broken bones do you remember?
I don't know, homie. My nigga this say, man, I was down there broke up in pieces. So I was in a full body cast from like 5 to 7. I had to learn how to rewalk again. But while I was in that body cast, I had a whole body cast. I had a stick between my legs, and my little private part was out, and my ass was out. So I had to wear a pamper, but I had to be packed everywhere. And nigga, one day I rose up and started walking in that body cast. All the kids was outside playing. They had just came and looked at me. I was laying in the bed and said, "Oh man, you gonna be all right?" And boy, everybody was outside. And I remember laying in that bed, man, they were having fun. I was laying by the window looking out, crying. And boy, I told my legs, you go walk. And mama! And boy, would nobody come get me. Kevin! Would nobody come get me. I was there crying, feeling left out. Man, I scoot on down the bed. And boy, I rose up in that thing, boy, and I wasn't trying to say. And boy, I showed up at the door with that dick dangling. And all the kids was outside playing.
This in Fort Worth?
Yeah, this was in Eastwood. We stayed on Griggs. Yeah, nigga, they thought I was a miracle child when I done that.
Now, I can only imagine, right? So at that time, what is your mom saying? Is she trying to sue or?
Yeah, we sued. Me and my mom at that time was a teenage. Let me see. She had me at 17. So she was in her early 20s. I think she was working for 7-Eleven and Jack in the Box. She working 2 jobs.
Wow.
And we stayed in apartments right there off Lancaster, in Edgewood. I remember being in the hospital, homie, and back then in the early 80s, healthcare wasn't, what it was. I remember my mother being in the hallway, screaming and hollering, trying to get me some help. I had lost so much blood, nigga, I turned jet black. Of course, attorneys or whoever would hear about that. But now, man, we end up suing Quick Wash. Because when the lids, so that's why when the lids come open now, the machine stopped. That's why. Prior to that, lid come open and kept going.
So pretty much they changed, washers across all the brands changed how it worked because of your incident.
Yeah, most people don't know that. And I very seldom talk about it. But we sued them, homie. I got quite a bit of money. So when I committed my murder, and I got in trouble, my mother petitioned the courts to get that money to go get me the best lawyer representation in the city, which was a man by the name of Carl Mallory and Judge Louis Stern. So yeah.
And these incidents, did they change?
Yeah, homie. By me being in that washing machine is the reason. I had a tutor, so I didn't get to go to school, right? So that happened at 5. So I remember going to pre-K and kindergarten. So I missed first and second. I vaguely went. But I had a private tutor. This pretty little white chick used to come tutor me at the house. And nigga, that's where I get my academic talents from. So I was well groomed for academics in school because I was in that, so by the time I started going to school, homie, I was way ahead.
And financially, growing up, did those incidents help y'all like financially? Because
it was put into a trust.
Okay.
It was put into a trust. That's what my mother made. Yeah. She wasn't gonna live off of it, so my mother had it put into a trust, and it accumulated interest over the years, and I wasn't gonna get it until I was 18. So my mother was ambitious, homie. General Motors had a big hiring fair, like in 80, 81. And I think that was the first time it had really, really opened the doors up for letting black people come in. So my mother is like a first generation General Motors worker, homie, from them late 70s, 80s. And so that pushed us into affluence and prominence. So yeah.
Man, that's what's up, man.